Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another Paladins patch notes breakdown and discussion video, and probably maybe one of the last ones I'll probably be doing on this channel. Depending on how stuff goes. I'm not going to say 100% if it'll be the last one, but it could very well be the last patch notes video I do for our next patch. Got the update show for the Midnight Masquerade, which is actually currently live when you guys are seeing this video. The PTS for this next update is currently live if you guys want to go play it on PC. Apart from that, we got the patch notes, which aren't even complete. I'm going to kind of explain some stuff that's not even on here for some reason, and a bunch of other stuff. So if you guys like these videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Not going to be too much on screen. I'm kind of just going to be going over the patch notes. So if you want to tab out and listen to me talk and explain everything and what's going on in the background while you go wash dishes or do the laundry or do your homework, or even if you're gaming in the background or whatever, it's completely fine. But got the update show earlier as well. If you guys missed it, actually was live. It's probably one of the shortest update shows I think we've ever had in Paladins history. I think the entire update show lasted about 28 minutes. A 28-minute update show. I think that is the shortest update show I think we've ever had for the game, which is not a good sign. And judging by the patch notes, which there isn't even a bunch of stuff here, that's why I'm telling you guys to go watch the update show, which I actually streamed earlier today. It should be live on the channel right now. If it's not, it should be live shortly after this video goes up. So if you guys missed that, I'll throw a link to that at the end of the video. There's a lot of stuff that isn't even the patch notes that's in that video, like the skins in the entire battle pass, which isn't even here for some reason. But this next patch is slated to go live towards the end of June. It's supposed to go live mid-June, but they said that they don't have like a specific time frame of when it's going to be going live. Either mid to late June, and more likely late June. So it's probably like the last week of June, or the 3rd or 4th week of June. So that gives us what? We have to sit on the current patch that is probably the most boring patch for a Season 6 launch we've ever had in the entire history of the game. That is legit, pretty much, I wouldn't say it's unplayable, but like beyond boring, which has no value worth playing at all right now. Unless you just want to play the game for some reason. But like, at least for me, like I think right now the current patch that's in live, like the live patch, is probably the most boring Paladins patch I think we've ever had. It really is, especially for a season launch. And that actually had a champion. So we got to wait another 2.5 months, possibly, for this next patch. And this is probably, I want to be positive, I really do, guys. I really want to give the game the benefit of the doubt. I want to be positive, I want to be, I don't know how I would really explain it, but have a good outlook for the game. I really do, and be positive for the longevity of the game and what they're doing and what they're trying to do. But I can't be positive. I gotta tell you guys how it is. If you guys think I'm overly negative or all I do is just bitch and complain, please go watch somebody else. Nobody else is gonna tell you the raw, unadulterated, unsolicited facts for the game. And because a lot of the people are either being paid by the game or by Hi-Rez, or they're partnered and they're on the content creator team, or they're working with the devs and they don't want to upset any of the devs. I'm not working with any of those. I'm not on the AOC. I never was. I'm not friends with any of the devs. I'm not on the content creator team. I'm not partnered. I don't give a fuck what they think. Unlike a lot of the other content creators. And at this point, I'm only going to be probably streaming the game and probably even making videos for the game for, I don't know, maybe another 2 months. Maybe, I don't know when the spoiler, the game's going to be getting discontinued on the Switch. We don't have an actual time frame of when that exactly is going to be. It's going to be sometime after this next patch drops. So I'm assuming sometime in July or August is when Paladins on Switch is going to be discontinued entirely. So I'm probably not even going to be making content for this game going into 2024, the way it's looking. Depending on a couple things, I don't know 100% if that's what I'm going to do yet, but it's looking like I'm not going to even be making content for the game, so I'll have an entire other video talking about the Paladins discontinuation of the game on the Switch, and an entire video. I'm not going to try to talk about it very much in this video, but I'll have an entire separate one. But let's get right into this. I'm ranting. There's a bunch of shit here. I'm trying to talk about a bunch of this shit that's not even here. There's an entire battle pass that isn't even in the patch notes. We got a new Corvus skin and a new Vora skin. The Vora skin looks great, and it legit is like one of the only reasons they can actually sell battle passes. I don't know why every single battle pass needs a female skin with like that's overly sexualized, and I think the only reason they actually do have that every single battle pass, at least within the last year, is legit to sell the battle pass. Tell you right now, I don't know who asked for a new Corvus skin, and I know people have been wanting a new Vora skin, which looks great, but I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be buying it because I'm actually going to be asking for a refund for the over $100+ I've spent on the game over the past 5 years. I'll never be able to get my time back, but maybe I can get my money back because I don't know if I'll be carrying my progress over to PC or what's going to be going on, but I'm probably going to try to get a refund. I won't be buying anything in this next patch because it is legit like the least content we've gotten, I think, out of any patch in the entire history of the game. We have 3 skins. We have 2 Battle Pass skins, and I think there's a Casbane skin that's actually in a chest. That is it. An entire patch, y'all. An entire patch that we still have to wait another 2 months for. 2.5 months, possibly. And we have 3 skins, 2 of which are in the Battle Pass. That is it. And then people want to say, oh, all the game's doing really good. The content's great, blah, blah, blah. I want to see anybody play this next patch past the first week. Past this first week of release for this next patch, everybody will be moving on and everybody will be already bored. There is not nearly enough content in these Paladins updates to justify a 3+ month update cycle and for like them to keep people interested in the game without going and doing something else and playing other stuff. And then going and moving on and then never returning to the game, which is a huge problem. They get new players, and the very few new players that still try the game, then the updates aren't frequent enough and there isn't enough content to where they can actually invest their time into the game before they get bored, and then they put the game down and they never come back. That is a major problem with the game. For the few amount of new players that still do try the game. I don't even know any like new players that even try the game anymore, but we also have another thing that's not even explained here before I get into the balance changes, which is an entirely different rant, but like there's also another thing here. We got LTMs, which aren't even on the patch notes. I don't know why do we release the patch notes when the patch notes aren't even done? If the patch notes aren't even done, don't even post the goddamn patch notes. I don't know why they keep doing this. At least with Romanova, like, I've been giving credit to Cryptic. If you watch my videos, bro, you've been doing a pretty good job. But at least with when Romanova was community manager, we didn't have patch notes that were put out on patch day that were, like, not even half done. I don't know what you're doing, bro, but if you're behind or if you're slacking or what's going on or if you just don't have enough time or what the issue is, but going forward, you can't be putting out patch notes that are not even half done on patch day. What have you guys been doing for the last, like, 6 months, especially towards the end of 2022? We had a 4.5 month patch with no content at all at the end of 2022. What were you guys doing? Same with this current patch. We've had the current Season 6 patch for almost 3 months now. What have you guys been doing over the last 3 months, apart from giving us a small balance patch that shouldn't have even took that much effort? I don't know. There's LTMs here. The LTMs nobody's going to play. I don't know what they're called. There's one with Fog, and there's another one with that's called, I think, a Train or Subway. I don't know why those are even... I don't think they're even here, but they might be down below, actually. Somewhere down here. Game. Oh, yeah, they actually have the LTM. Never mind. Even they have the LTMs on there. I thought they didn't even have the LTMs. The other thing I know that for a fact they don't have in the patch notes, though, is ranked crossplay. Ranked is going to be getting crossplay, y'all. So now console players are all going to be pooled as well into the PC player pool, and they're going to be mixing with the PC players for ranked. I don't know who the fuck lobbied for console crossplay with the PC players for ranked, but whoever's idea that was and whoever influenced them to actually do that, you are absolutely fucking delusional, and you are legit have some of the worst ideas ever. Who thought it was a good idea to put the PC players into the console pool? I think probably the devs, I think, do. I mean, I don't think anybody like 100% influenced them. I think the main reason why They decided to do that and take the feedback of that, which is dumb feedback, which I don't think they should have ever took. But like the reason why they did that is because they don't want to actually fix the matchmaking the way it is. It is easier to make ranked crossplay than it is to actually fix the matchmaking for how ranked it currently is, or overhaul ranked. They took the lazy way out again. That is the problem. The only thing I see with ranked crossplay this next patch is them being absolutely fucking lazy and taking the easy way out instead of actually fixing ranked to make ranked better. To completely overhaul it and actually make it worth people's time and actually make people want to play it competitively. Because right now ranked has been a clown fest for the past 3 years and it's just getting worse and worse. Every match is legit decided by which team doesn't have robots and decided by the matchmaker. It is not even skill based anymore, apart from like your really like high tiers of play. And even then, the matchmaking's garbage. That's legit the only reason we have like ranked crossplay, anyways. That is legit the only reason. They don't want to fix the matchmaking. So the easiest way to do that, instead of overhauling ranked and actually fixing the matchmaking like an actual dev team would do, an actual game would do, they just introduce ranked crossplay and then hope that'll fix it. Which it won't. It won't. I don't know about you guys, but I do not want to play against PC players. I am a console player. I may be on the Switch and I've been playing for a long time, but I do not want to play against PC players. I don't even want to play against PC players with like in pubs because the matchmaking is just so garbage and half the time it bases it off your account level. I may not have a really high account level, but then it pairs me in lobbies with a bunch of other PC sweats that are like GM and Master type players. In your like your casual pub lobbies. Do I want to go against that in ranked? Hell no, I don't. I don't even want to go against it in pubs, and now they're forcing people to play against that garbage in ranked. What is the matchmaking going to be based off of then? Because I can tell you right now, you take a console platinum player and a PC platinum player, and the PC platinum player is going to win 90% of the time. That's just how it is. The ranks on PC are not the same as the ranks on console, and that is a major problem that they're going to find out. Mark my words. Apart from that, let's finally get into the balance changes, which we barely have any of. There's a lot of balance changes that aren't even here for whatever reason. Again, 3 months now we've been on this current patch almost, and we're not even close to the other patch yet. We still have another 2.5 months for this patch to even drop. So probably like close to 4.5 months by the time we get this next patch. And this is the only amount of balance we've had over the last 3 months. Again, I don't know what they've been doing. People have like really high hopes for the game for the rest of the year, but they are legit working on a skeleton crew, and these are the type of patches we are getting after 3 to 4 month patch cycles now. These are patches that we should be getting as like little like mini patches between like an actual patch. And they're being justified as an entire patch. 3 skins, a battle pass, and a little bit of balance, and a few shitty LTMs. That is a Paladins patch in 2023, y'all. Androxus, Defiant Fist, increase the bonus damage from 15 to 20%. Now, I'm actually going to be positive with a lot of these balance changes, though. A lot of these balance changes, at least skimming through them, and the ones at least that were on the update show, are actually good. The Androxus change is actually good. My only problem is I just wish they wouldn't even touch Androxus, because Androxus has been cancer to the game for the last like 2 years because they just didn't know how to actually balance him correctly. And now he's finally at least decently balanced where he just doesn't ruin the game. He's still really good if you know how to play him, but like he just isn't ruining the game or taking over the game. I wouldn't even touch him balance-wise because he's just been such a cancer to the game. That's just me though, but I'm all for the Defiant Fist buffs. That's fine. Ash, Fortress Breaker, get an extra 500 health, whatever. Not a bad balance change, whatever. It doesn't really do much either. Bomb King, Royal Decree, reduce the reload speed. That's mainly a PC balance change, because Bomb King is crazy on PC from what I've been hearing. Furia, Cherish, they finally took some feedback for Cherish, y'all. Cherish went from being her best talent to probably one of the worst support talents in the entire game currently in live. Change the healing from 18% of missing health to 15% of maximum health. This change is currently not functioning in the PTS, which is great. Solar Blessing now applies a heal over time effect to allies who pass through the beam. So it allows you to walk through the beam and then still get healing as you walk out of it. So you don't have to sit and stand in it the entire time. Overall, really good balance changes. Good balance changes for Furia. I can't complain. There's a positive for you. Amani, Elemental Shift, they're actually reducing the Elemental Shift, which is their stance swap ability, down to 1 second, and then they're reducing the cooldown on Frostbomb and Inferno Cannon. And then they're giving her a new useless card, and then they're giving her some internal cooldowns on her Elemental Shift cards. And then they're increasing the Frostbolt damage by 20, which will do absolutely nothing. I'm not going to complain because these buffs can be good. They may make her a little bit better, but the real problem with Amani is that just her talents are just really bad. All her talents are really underwhelming and just don't do anything. Like Mana Rift, it's one of the worst talents in the entire game. And then her Ice Stance just doesn't do enough damage. It needs to be ramped up back up to like 550 or like 600 something, whatever it was before the rework. That's why she's bad. She'll be a little bit better, but she's not going to be crazy. Terminus, Shatter. Why are we buffing Terminus? Here's another questionable balance change. Why are we buffing Terminus? One of the most annoying aids to play against tanks in the entire game that makes people legit close the game and leave sometimes, especially in ranked if he gets through bans. But why we're buffing him, I don't know whose idea was it to buff Terminus. Shatterfall now has its cooldown reset on Revival, and then they buffed one of his healing cards. I don't know how common this card is playing God. I don't know because I don't play Terminus because I'm not a scumbag. But you guys gotta bear with me. I gotta give Terminus players shit. Come on. Willow. They're finally buffing Willow, but all these buffs will do nothing. Useless buffs. Buff her Flutter and then buff her ult again to make it not garbage. That's the buff she needs. She doesn't need any CDR or extra ammo. That doesn't do anything for her. Or her talents. Buff her talents because her talents are all garbage. Until that happens, Willow will still be one of the worst champions in the entire game. Vatu. They're finally nerfing Vatu. Good. Good balance change. It's mainly a PC balance change, though, because you don't see him play it unless you're in your higher tiers on console very much. Which is another thing people aren't talking about with ranked crossplay either. So now, pairing all the console players with the PC players, now us console players get to play against all the AIDS cancer champions that PC players play with every single game. Eevee, Vatu, 7. I mean, 7 was still really popular on console, but that type of shit. That's great. I can't wait to play against that. And then BK every single game. That type of shit. I don't want to play against that every single game. Especially in your higher tiers of ranked. That's going to be absolute AIDS. Yagruth, form swap, reduced down to 2 seconds. Good. Now if only they would revert the nerfs they gave to her ult, and then give her some more buffs to some of her talents, because her talents are pretty damn underwhelming. But it's a good start in the right direction. And then that is legit all the balance we have. Unless there's some stuff that they're going to be planning to add, there's a lot of shit that's missing on the patch note. That is all that is here. Where is the Moji reworks? Where are the Lex nerfs? Tiberius buffs? I don't understand. Where is half of the shit in this Con nerfs? Con is fucking crazy right now. I don't know why they don't nerf Con. Slight Genos nerfs. Genos is fucking crazy. There's just nothing here. There's absolutely nothing. There's some other really bad DPS in the game that just need to be buffed as well. That are just not being played at all, or just really bad. I don't know why they aren't here. There's a few flanks that are really underwhelming right now. I don't know why they aren't here. Mainly Moji. But I don't know why they're not here. There's a few tanks that could use some buffs. I don't know where they are. Some supports that are pretty underwhelming still. Where is Ray? Ray is not even on here, and she is probably one of the worst champions in the entire game, apart from Moji. Where is Ray buffs? There is not a single change to Ray. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is what they've been doing over the last 3 fucking months. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what they've been doing. Probably arguing with people on Twitter and then having them lose their job. That's probably what they've been doing. Game modes. You got the LTMs, which I kind of talked about earlier. I'm not going to talk about them again. champions, we got some bug fixes. We got a Betty LaBamba bug fix that might actually do something. I don't know how long this has been in the game. I don't know if it's the actual exact bug that I'm thinking of, where she's walking around like her alt is like stuck inside her, where it like looks like she's a walking like rocket. I don't know if that's actually like the same bug, but we'll see if it actually is fixed. There's a few other bugs here. I was gonna say, like I normally do, where is the Nintendo Switch fixes, but we all know what happened to that. Instead of actually fixing the console, they just said, fuck it, get rid of it. We're done trying. We barely tried to fix it anyways, but we're done wasting money and we're done wasting time because we're either A, refuse to fix it, or 2, they're just too fucking lazy to fix it on the Switch. And they just decided to get rid of it and pull the plug. Because normally that's what I would say towards around this time in the patch notes, but that's not even here, so I don't know, that's all we have. That is legit all we have. Some updated patch notes or some updated names for the payload maps, whatever. That is legit all we have. I know there's some stuff that's missing. There might be more here, depending on when these patch notes ever get updated again, with more than half of the stuff actually here. But apart from that, there's really not much here. Keep in mind, guys, this is a Paladins patch in 2023. 3 skins, 2 of which are in the event pass, and then maybe like 5 or 6 balance changes for a few champions and a few bug fixes, like maybe 5 or 6 bug fixes that actually matter. Apart from that, there is nothing else here, unless they add something else that we didn't show on the update show. I guess the ranked crossplay thing, but like that, I wouldn't even consider that like anything major. That's just mainly lazy and more of desperation because they don't want to actually fix the game. So they're taking the easy way out and just putting crossplay. I think that'll fix it. And then a few shitty LTMs that nobody will play beyond the first week they're in the game. I don't know. There's also another thing here too. I think I forgot to talk about. I don't know where it is. But the game modes, they're actually changing out Onslaught and Choose Any, and they're actually putting back Team Deathmatch and Payload with the launch of this patch. So they're going to be actually swapping out all of the other game modes based off of feedback, apart from Siege, every like patch or like every couple weeks or whatever. So, I mean, that's good. I like having Payload and being able to play that whenever. I don't know why that's already not a thing, but that's a good quality of life change, I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Overall, not really too much to be positive about. There's some really solid balance changes, but there's just not nearly enough balance changes. And then the content we have, I really want to be positive for the game, y'all, and I really want to speak good about the game and like tell you guys how it is. But like I can't do that because there's just nothing here. This is what you call a patch in 2023, y'all. I don't know, like, who is going to be able to play the game and actually sink time into the game past, like, the first week of release for this next patch. Unless there's some stuff that they're still planning on adding. Because ranked, I can tell you right now, ranked with crossplay is going to get insanely frustrating. Especially for, like, your lower to mid-tier console players. Like, really fast. And it's going to make ranked even more boring. They think it's going to fix the matchmaking, but it'll actually make the matchmaking 10 times worse. Because the ranks on PC and console are entirely different. And especially the champion pools. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. At least for me, like it'll be the last patch that I get for the Switch, because I'm a Switch player. What I'm hoping is they actually give the Switch players all the skins. Make Switch players, allow Switch players to use any skin they want for this patch. Give all the Switch players free skins. Let them use any skin they want in the entire game for this next patch, the entirety of this next patch, or whenever the time frame is before they discontinue the game, and then give everybody the event pass for free on Switch. That's what they really need to do, but that's not here either. So I'm hopefully that they do that in the future, because most of the people on Switch are not going to be able to actually carry the shit over. They are not going to be able to either play because they don't have another console or a PC to play on, or they're PlayStation players and they do not have crossplay and cross progression. So if they do not have an Xbox or a PC, they're fucked and they lose all their progress, which I know I've actually talked to a couple Switch players that have a real solid amount of hours, a bunch of money and time and cosmetics put into the game. And they do not have an Xbox and they do not have a PC that they can actually use to play the game. And once this actually gets discontinued for the game, they're going to be out of luck. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Like I said, I'll make an entire video talking about it, but I don't know. It's really weird. Smite is legit unplayable on the Switch, but then Hi-Rez takes the 2 games that you can actually somewhat play on the Switch, being Rogue Company and now Paladins, and they just completely discontinue the games. But Smite is still on the Switch, though. You can't even fucking load into a match, but it's still on a Switch. You can still play it, I guess. Even though it's unplayable, they think you can still give them the money. I don't know. I'll be talking about that in the video as well, but I'm gonna get out of here. I'm done ranting, y'all. This video went way longer than I wanted it to, but at least for probably like one of the last like patch notes videos I did, I might as well have some fun. I don't know if I'll be doing any more patch notes videos beyond this patch the way it's looking. So